And welcome back to the Ankeny Centennial Gym. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Boy, it really gets thick up here.
It is.
When you let one person that doesn't belong on press row up here, Tom Donahue, wasn't his game down the hallway to the left about a mile here in this?
So the conversation I just had with Coach Tom Donahue is, at some point, can we put your record up against Kevin O'Hare's record? Because you know, you hear time and time, you know, Kevin O'Hare's 300 some wins as a freshman. I said, he goes, oh, that's a lot of wins. I said, Tom, you've been here forever.
One big difference.
Two great lower-level coaches.
Yes. Tom Donahue's in the Hall of Fame. Kevin O'Hare, waiting.
Won't get there. Well, you know.
Waiting. I just said that, waiting. I like using that. How you doing,
campaigning.
Coach? How you doing, Coach? Yeah, he's campaigning.
I'm doing great. You know, it's interesting coming up here to the Ankeny Centennial, which is the complete opposite side of the county for me. But
Yeah.
But it's almost like coming up to Lincoln. It took me an hour to come up here, and so many people you run into up here that you don't see forever.
Like Lincoln, Nebraska, or what are you talking about? Lincoln?
Well, some would say Lincoln.
Oh, that's funny. Well, it's Dowling and Centennial here on the northwest side of Polk County and northwest side of Ankeny. And the rematch. Dowling winning game one, 69-54 last month. Here's the rematch, and Centennial's a different team. They got two starters down, one by injury and one who's no longer with the team, and two more take over. And this is a team that didn't have much experience, and Coach Fontana kept him off the bridge. He's 1-9, and he was getting close to that water, but very much a struggle for Centennial this year. They're 1-9 record. Dowling comes in following the loss to Valley in a very emotional game. Maroons with a record of 8-3, still ranked 9th in Class 4A, but both teams coming off losses Tuesday night. Long story short, Jimmy.
Well, if you're Coach Fontana, you're going into the season optimistic. You always are. You think you've been working with these kids for a long time. You're ready to see what they can do when the things get rolling, and it just really has not happened for Ankeny Centennial this year, which is very atypical. You look at just their overall program. You know, Ankeny Centennial has only lost double-digit losses for a season. So they've lost 10 or more games in a season 3 times in 12 years, or at least on record 3 times in the last 12 years. And they're sitting on their 9th, a record of 1-9, and they're just 1 loss away from hitting that 4th time. It's just something that you don't expect a lot out of Ankeny Centennial. Very good program, ran by a very, very good coach in Coach Fontana.
Yeah, no question. And now you got to mix the puzzles together. I'm not sure if you heard Coach Einerson's. We talked to him at halftime of the girls' contest. But bouncing back, doing the things they do, get back to the basics. And another opponent in the CIML on a Friday night.
The thing I loved about Coach Einerson's interview that I caught on is, and he has the right mindset for these kids. It doesn't matter if you're playing the number 1 team or the number 48 team in Class 4A. You got to come out and control your controllables, and that's how you play. You got to tune out all the outside noise, which there's just a ton of outside noise when you look at social media and everybody kind of talking about you and your team. You got to tune that out, because you're in a situation where you're right on that cusp. You're keeping up with everybody else in the upper echelon of your league. The Maroons are 8-3. The next lower team is 3-6. So the Maroons are in a situation where you can't afford to lose. You got to keep up with the Johnstons, the Northwests, the Waukees, the Valleys over the next several weeks, just to continue to put yourself in hopefully a number 1 seed when the seedings come out, and that's several weeks away. But control what you can control, and that's what I love about what Coach Einerson's talking about.
Yeah, well, for the Maroons tonight, you may see a little bit more playing time, as you heard. We saw the young man come in for the Maroons late in the game, Alfred Coley, a 6'5 sophomore. Now, keep in mind, he plays on the sophomore team. He played beforehand, and the Dowling sophomores came from behind and won by 9 in that sophomore boys game ahead of us. And Alfred was in there, but he only has 2 quarters remaining. He can only play 6 quarters a day. He has 2 remaining here tonight, and just a matter of when do you play him. In the first half, you pick a quarter. In the second, maybe you play him both quarters in the second half. I don't know, but keep an eye on that.
Well, you love to see what they're doing to mature and get Alfred Coley to grow up a little bit. And the system is to not throw him in to where, things that he does may hurt or help him, for that matter, throughout the game. It's nurture him, work him in the sophomore games, get him a lot of minutes, and of knowing that you have a little bit of his time throughout the game, and you probably will use him. He's done well in his opportunities, as we've seen. but it's really, really good what they're seeing out of Alfred Coley, and you're going to see some minutes out of him tonight, and I think if he continues to play, effective minutes.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back with starting lineup and tip-off. Dowling and Ankeny Centennial, the boys game, coming up next. Final score in the girls contest. Dowling girls defeated Ankeny Centennial 52-45. Back to the Centennial Gym in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
And welcome back to the Ankeny Centennial Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Introductions going on. Spotlights out because our flashlights are out because they have the lights turned down here at the Centennial Gym as they do the introductions in the dark. But let's give you those starting lines. First of all, for Dowling Catholic, Maroons come in with a record of 8-3, ranked 9th in Class 4A. The head coach is Justin Einertson in his second year, and he's assisted by Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare, along with John Nagel. Dowling will start their usual 5 starters. The point guard will be Noah Martins, 5'11 junior, leading scorer, averaging 13 points for the Maroons. He'll be followed by Nathan Jenkins, the other guard, 6'1 junior, wearing number 2. Third guard is Lucas Paoli, a 6'2 senior. And Maddox Capola, a 6'1 junior, will be the fourth guard. And at center for the Maroons, 6'9" and growing, Charlie Crane, a junior, averaging 12 points, leads the team in block shots with 40 and leads the team averaging 7 rebounds a contest. So it'll be Martins, Jenkins, Paoli, Capola, and Crane, the 5 on the floor for Dowling, who comes in averaging just over 60 points on offense, giving up 53 points on defense. Now for the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars, and the head coach is Bob Fontana in his 12th year here at Centennial. He was here when the school started. 169 wins, 94 losses, assisted by Matt Delger, Tyler McDonald, Cade Mackey. And the Jags come in averaging 48 points on offense, give up 62.5 points on defense, and they will start this lineup: Rex Jensen, Sean Tunks, and Cab Klingner, the 3 guards, along with Evan Abbott and Caden Clark. And Maroons get the ball first, and Jimmy, Dowling on the board.
Well, Maroons get some pressure defense right at half court by Centennial. Found Maddox Capola on the baseline, and one of the rarities we see is the Maroons hitting a mid-range jumper. Maddox Capola with about a 10-foot baseline jump shot. Nothing but net.
2-0 Dowling here in the boys contest. Dowling girls a winner in game 1 if you joined us late, 52-45. Thanks to all the folks here at Centennial High School getting us set up, including your coaching partner, Mr. Andy Pollock, as we sit next to his live stream crew. And now we got a charging foul on Dowling. The Maroons on the offensive end, and a charge against the Maroons.
Some things you see out of this Maroon team through this year is they are out of 48 teams in Class 4A, they are 42nd in free throw attempts. Just not finding the line whatsoever are the Maroons. It's something that it causes a little bit of concern because there's so many points to be had by getting to the free throw line, and the Maroons are just not getting to the free throw line. And you look at Centennial, the last game they played, Centennial got to the line 13 times, made 12. The Maroons got there 4.
All right, with the basketball, Evan Abbott goes down the right side of the lane. His shot up and no good, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling, and that'll be on Lucas Paoli, his first. So 2 quick fouls on Dowling here in the first quarter. 2-0 Maroons. We're just under 7 minutes remaining here in the quarter as at the free throw line will be Evan Abbott for Centennial. Their leading scorer, averaging 12.5 points. Abbott, a 6'5" sophomore. And this is the first free throw, 72% free throw shooter on the year. Centennial shoots 72% as a team. Our officials tonight, Christopher Thomas. Second free throw good. Grant Mandernock and Travis Graven. So Abbott's second free throw good. 2-1. Dowling with the lead here in this boys contest. Pressure by Ankeny in the lane, and now ball stolen away from Nathan Jenkins. Steal by Centennial. Jags go underneath. They try to get it to Klingner, and he can't handle the pass. Too strong. Rebound Dowling. Here's Maddox Capola in the front court. Now on the baseline. This is Jenkins with it. And kick it back out to Paoli, and Lucas will run the offense, guarded by Evan Abbott. Paoli in the lane. Gets it to Jenkins for three. Up good. Nathan Jenkins spot up three. That's his 6th three of the year. And the Maroons out to a 5-1 lead.
Maroons about 2 weeks ago were shooting about a 29% three-point clip, and they've increased that over the last 4 or 5 games. We've seen the Maroons knocking down a lot of threes over the last few games. Have increased that up to about 33%, which is a big number in Class 4A.
All right, Jags with the basketball. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Abbott with it. Evan. Pass over to Sean Tunks. Long three coming. It's no good by Caden Clark. And the rebound out to Dowling. And now underneath, layup good. And that is Noah Martins getting loose in transition. And that was without a set play there, Jimmy.
Well, Maroons are looking at a lot of statistics now that you're halfway through the season. Maroons are shooting 46% from inside the paint throughout the year. Really, what they're top 10, top 6 in Class 4A, getting the ball to the basket. They got to continue to do it because we know that's their strength.
All right, 15 on the shot clock. Here's Tunks with it. Top of the key it goes. This is Abbott. Step back three. Good. Right in front of the Dowling bench to our left.
Great shot by Abbott. Step back, creating a little bit of space and knocking it down from about 22 feet.
His 10th made three of the year. Now Dowling with the ball, and the pass too strong from Capola. Tried to hit Paoli on a backdoor cut from the right side. And first substitution of the ball game for Dowling, Alfred Gioquilis, number 15, checking in. He'll take the place of Nathan Jenkins. 5 minutes to play. First quarter, Dowling 7, Centennial 4 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Friday night hoops. Tuesday night will be in Waukee. World Boy doubleheader. And that'll be a top 10 matchup in both games. Now a shot blocked by Dowling. Rex Jensen has a shot blocked. The Maroons in transition, and Keyless shoots and scores. He gets the final pass there, Jimmy.
Ankeny Centennial really does not have a response to the height advantage that Charlie Crane has. Charlie Crane is right now guarding Rex Jensen, just standing 6 foot. Charlie Crane 6'9". So Maroons certainly have a height advantage, as you saw on the dribble drive there, blocked by Crane. You see a lot of that. Crane leads Class 4A in block shots.
All right, Centennial underneath and a layup good. Good dribble penetration by Caden Clark. Clark with his first 2 points comes in averaging 4.5, the 5'11 junior, and now whistling the foul in the backcourt on Centennial. Dowling went down the ball. And foul is on number 13, Caden Clark, his first. So he gets the basket and then commits a foul 50 feet away. You don't like seeing that.
First 4 or 5 possessions here tonight for the Maroons. Ankeny Centennial picking them up on full court press, and Maroons saw a lot of that out of Valley on Tuesday night and struggled with it early in the game. And so far the Maroons aren't breaking it probably as quickly as they'd like to be able to attack the basket.
9-6 Dowling. Here's Martins for three, right wing, good. Left him open and didn't point him up. Noah with his 5th point, and that is his 21st made three. He leads the team in 3-point mates. 12-6 Dowling, wins by 6. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Here's Abbott with it. Left wing, Tunks driving baseline. His shot is blocked by Crane, but a foul on Capola. And Sean Tunks will go to the free throw line. And Maddox with his first foul. 13 foul on Dowling here. Check that 14 foul they have on the board. I just have 3 down.
I think that's a little bit of discussion. You see one of the Maroon coaches asking if the fouls are correct. And
Yeah, there is I have Dowling for 3 team fouls. Second free throw, no good. Missed them both.
You know, at the end of the day, it's the official score
Correct.
keeper at the bench, not the guy controlling the scoreboard. So it's probably something that they need to check on at a stoppage of play. And there's Noah Martins again for a 3-point shot, and
he comes down and hits his second in a row.
And he's hit probably half of his 3-pointers in the last 4 games. It seems like he has found his stroke and is hitting them consistently. So love to see it out of Noah Martins, guy you certainly need.
And a shot in the lane, no good by Abbott. He went through double coverage there, if you will, and rebound out to Dowling. Tunks went 1 for 2 at the free throw line, and now Keyleth for 3, top of the key, no good. Offensive rebound, put back good, and that is Nathan Jenkins with his 5th point. And 17-7, Dowling by 10, and we got a timeout called by Centennial. We'll see if Coach Fontana takes a 30 or a minute. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 2:39 remaining here in the first quarter. Dowling by 10, 17-7. The Maroons off to a great start, led by Noah Martins, 8 points, and Nathan Jenkins with 5 points. Between the two of them, 3 made 3-pointers. Jimmy?
Well, as I mentioned, the Maroons have really consistently been increasing their efficiency from the 3-point arc. You know, at 33% on the year, almost 33% on the year, and that ranks just about in the top 10 in Class 4A, and that's, you can see the Maroons being inside-outside game, the way they attack the basket and are productive with getting shots inside the paint. If they can get that inside-outside working consistently, which we have seen some consistency over the year, that's going to be dangerous. But again, go back to the point made earlier is that the Maroons have gotten to the free throw line 100 times this year. To put that into perspective, and that's the 42nd team out of 48 in Class 4A. The number 1 team in Class 4A has shot close to 200 free throws on this year, and so the Maroons are twice as low as the top free throw shooters. So the Maroons just are not getting to the free throw line this year, and something that again cause concern because they're easy buckets.
You have to go in the lab for that one, Chief. I don't know what to say, but that is a discrepancy. That is a factual discrepancy, and sometimes the way you play is part of it. Now here's Centennial out of the timeout, a long 3 up, and no good by Caden Clark. Clark, the 5'11 junior, trying to make something happen. He came off the bench last time the two teams played. Now forced in the starting role. He and Sean Tunks, who was injured, now in their starting roles due to the absence of 2 players. Owen Lichty out for the season for Centennial with the ankle. And now a steal by Sean Tunks, but stolen back by Jenkins of Dowling. Here's Martins dribbling across the timeline. Dowling by 10, 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. Now Jenkins top of the key for 3, good. Oh, the Maroons are on fire here in this first quarter. That's his second 3. And Nathan Jenkins with 8 points.
Jenkins has such a high shot. He catches it above his chin, and the ball doesn't get below his chin. He keeps the ball up, and that just becomes a very natural touch shot for Nate Jenkins, and he can knock him down when he has his feet set as well.
Luke Mitchell in the lineup for Centennial, number 10, a 6'4 sophomore. Now they get it to Tunks. Sean with it. Works the left side, coming off a ball screen. Set by Clark. Now back to Clark. And they tried to pass underneath to Mitchell, and it's too strong. Out of bounds to Dowling on the turnover as Evan Abbott, who was out momentarily, will check in. Also checking in, Cab Klingner returns to the Centennial lineup. He's the one guy with the most experience left. 6'2 senior, played as their 7th or 8th player last year off the bench, and he's one of the starters now, and he just came off the bench here, Jimmy.
Yeah, you watch Coach Fontana coach these kids, and he's coaching them as if they're the best team, the best kids in the league, and so it doesn't matter your skill level. He's going to coach you the best he can to get the most out of you.
Now turnaround shot, good by Paoli, and Lucas with his first 2 points. So Nathan Jenkins and Noah Martins, 8 points each. Each of them has 2 3-pointers, and now a long 3, no good by Tunks. Rebound Dowling. And Paoli has the ball underneath the Jenkins to Keyless. His shot no good and may have tripped as he did it. Rebound out to Centennial, and now down court goes Klingner, and a charging foul on Klingner, and Dowling drawing the charge. And nice job by Paoli. So Klingner with his first foul. Notice also in there for the Maroons is one of your guys. Leo Pagano was in there briefly.
Leo Pagano's
he's usually in there for a couple fouls in the fourth quarter. Not tonight. He's in the first quarter.
Well, he's a good inside presence. Strong body. He's going to get position, and probably not a guy you're looking to get the ball to open an open shot, but he's going to get rebounds for you. A lot of dirty work. Pressure
in the backcourt by Centennial, and now Dowling has their starters, all 5 starters in. Nathan Jenkins, Lucas Paoli, Charlie Crane, Noah Martins, and Maddox Capola, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Final 15 seconds of the first quarter. Shot clock turned off, and now here is Martins with it, dribbling on the perimeter. Stops the free throw line, pull-up jumper over Joensen, no good. Rebound Centennial. Here's Klingner with it. Three-pointer at the horn is in and out, no good. Almost got it to go, and we've come to the end of the first quarter here at Centennial High School in Ankeny. Our score, Dowling Catholic 22, Ankeny Centennial 7, alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I'm Mark Amadale. We'll return with the second quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Money, sex, power. They're all endlessly enticing, but never fulfilling. They always lead to a dead end. Materialism cannot satisfy, pleasure loses its pleasure, and most people figure that out, and in desperation, they look anywhere for help, except to the church. They look to Eastern philosophies, to spiritualism, to strange new religions, but there's only one answer to their eternal questions. They deny it, they dance around it, they run from it, but they won't try the one thing that works. They won't try it because they know what it costs. Everything. It means taking up your cross and following Jesus in all things. G.K. Chesterton says, "The Christian ideal has not been tried and found wanting. It has been found difficult and left untried." Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
KWKY Des Moines, KIHS Adel, KCSL Spencer.
Welcome back to the Centennial Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Dowling 22, Centennial 7 here in the boys contest. Yeah, we're on the phone tonight, so don't call me, would you please? Yeah. Centennial with the basketball trailing 22-7. Centennial was 2 of 4 at the free throw line in the first quarter. Dowling, as you pointed out, did not shoot a free throw in the first quarter. Underneath, a shot up, and no good. Nice jump stop by Rex Jensen, and Charlie Crane crashed down on him. I think they're just going to rule a personal foul. And 2 free throws coming. Yep, so Crane picks up his first foul. And, Jim, you got to look at some of the numbers from the first quarter.
We were just talking during the break. The Maroons are shooting red hot in the first quarter. 9 of 12 from the field, which included 4 of 5 from 3. 6 rebounds, 4 turnovers. Centennial went 2 of 9 from the field, 3 rebounds, 5 turnovers. So 9 total turnovers so far in the game. 5 and 4.
Jensen misses the first free throw, hits the second. Jaguars now 3 out of 6 at the line. Now Dowling down court, and Crane running the floor, jams it through. Charlie Crane with his first basket of the night. 24-8 Dowling. Maroons' largest lead, I think, was at the end of the first quarter at 15. Jensen with it. Left winger goes to Klingner. He dribbles baseline. Gets Capola. Gets the ball over to the sophomore Mitchell, and a jump ball called. We're going to see different lineups here for Coach Fontana, just trying to find something. Doesn't have a whole lot of height. His tallest player, Owen Lichty, out for the year with a aggravated injured ankle that he's been trying to nurse his way through, and he had to shut him down for the year. That's unfortunate. He was one of the starters and had some length. So a smaller lineup here for Centennial. 24-8 Dowling, under 7 minutes left. Martin's with it, right elbow, kicks it out to Crane, top of the key. Centennial stays man-to-man. Now Capola gets the dribble handoff. He's at the top of the key. Dribbles against Abbott, stops the right elbow, nearly fell down. Now they get it to Martins. Noah underneath, tried to get it to Crane, and turns it over, and a foul on Noah Martins in the backcourt, or was it on Crane? It's on Charlie Crane, his second. Keyless set to check in for the Maroons.
Maroons just got a little wild there in the last 10 seconds of the shot clock. think Noah Martins thought he had less time than what he really did, and tried to attack the basket and tries to throw kind of behind back pass, and nobody there.
I thought it was no look. There were 2 white shirts there for Centennial, and they picked it off. 24-8 Dowling. We stuck on that score. 6.5 to go, second quarter. We're joined by members of the Dowling coaching staff and maybe a player or two of the girls team. The Dowling girls are winner tonight, 52-45 in game 1. Battled 2 top 5 teams. Down the lane, Abbott. His shot no good. Ball slapped around. Dowling with the layup, and now here's Jenkins all the way down. Layup good. Nathan Jenkins with the basket, and he has 10 points. First player in double figures tonight is Nathan Jenkins. 6'1" junior for the Maroons. Here's Joensen with it on the baseline. This shot, fall-away jumper on the baseline, no good. Off the side of the backboard, rebound Coppola. Maddox in the front court. Gets it to Jenkins in the right corner. Now off to Paoli. Lucas trying to find a seam. And he's going to wind down the shot clock a little bit. Skip pass over to Keyless. He'll launch the 3, left corner, good. Gio Keyless right over Rex Jensen for his first 3 off the bench.
They're getting all the rolls tonight. The ball didn't hit flush into the middle. It's kind of rattled around and goes in for Gio. And the Maroons are now, 5 of 6 from 3.
Now the entry pass stolen away by Paoli, and his shot no good. Crane fouls, and his shot no good with the left hand. Abbott clears it out of there for Centennial as we approach the 5-minute mark. Dowling 29 and Centennial 8. Wins by 21, the largest lead of the night. A long 3 up and good. Cab Klingner with his first 3 of the night. His team leading 12th 3 of the year for the Jags. 29-11. Dowling. Runs in the front court. Here's Coppola. Leaves it for Jenkins. They leave him alone in the corner. It's in and out and goes through. Gets the Jimmy Cataldo roll. Nathan Jenkins with 13 points, Jimmy.
The ball hit the rim 3 different times, hits the backboard, and then squeezes in. You just know when everything's going right when you're putting up. Nate Jenkins was even looking for his feet to make sure he stepped back a step to hit the 3-point shot. Rattles around 3 times, hits the backboard, and goes in.
You can't even do that on Skiggs' backyard hoop, I bet. Unbelievable roll. 32-11. Dowling with the lead. Timeout on the floor called by Centennial. And let's take a look and thank our sponsors and supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Blessman International, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and a number my partner doesn't have, Bozen the Florist. You haven't called him yet.
I told you
Have you reached out?
I mean, they've heard this over and over again that this is coming up. You would think there's somebody at Central Office Bozen saying, how do I get his number?
That'd be Tom Bozen.
Central Office.
Central Office. That's how it's going to be, huh? Oh, wait till I get down to the next read when Skeffington's involved. I got another one for you. Oh, it's always good to have you up here, Jimmy. What a night. A lot of Dowling fans here in front of us. Some of them you and I both know. Some of them way too well.
You see Coach Pollock working so hard on his phone as he has these high school kids. He's probably giving them either service hours, or these kids are probably getting something on their grade report. They always say, "Hey, did you ever take media with Mr. Pollock? It's an easy A."
At Centennial, it might be. Yeah. Just make sure the offensive line are moving people. That's all I ask.
How about 2 of our freshman O-linemen rated in the top 5 by one of the
I saw that. Congratulations. That's just awesome. Now, if you guys don't mess them up, there'll be something.
Thank God it's not on me.
Well, you're part of that offensive brain trust, so I'm going to hang it on you. Out of the timeout, Tunks for 3. It's no good from the left wing. Rebound Centennial. A rebound Dowling. Runs in the lane. Here's Jenkins with it to Martins. Back out to Paoli. To get it to Keyless. He won't shoot it, but Jenkins will. Corner 3. Good! He is on fire. Nathan Jenkins with 16 points. That's his 4th 3 here in the first half, Jimmy.
And it's all the rotation of the ball. It went through 3 different guys to find an open shot for Jenkins on the baseline. Doesn't really happen unless that ball works around the perimeter by the passing by the Maroons.
Well, Quincy Moore's in the lineup because he just got the foul. His first. Team foul number 3 on the Maroons here in the second half. 35-11. Lose by 24. Largest lead of the night. Centennial has the basketball. 3:45 remaining in the first half. Ankeny Centennial right to left. Pull-up jumper in the lane, no good by Caden Clark. 5'11 junior trying to make stuff happen. Rebound Dowling. Here's Jenkins with it. Versus dribble. Leaves it for Keyless. He jump stops in the lane, and his jumper is partially blocked by Keaton Kasperbauer. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling in the backcourt. And we whistle that on
Paoli.
Okay, his second. They haven't posted on the board as we're a mile away from that. There's a little 1-3-1 here defensively. Centennial runs a set play. Here's Abbott. In the corner it goes to Tunks for three. It's no good. Sean having a tough time getting going here tonight. Rebound Dowling. Jenkins with it. Ball's been in his hands a lot here in this first half, and he's made him pay. 16 points, Nathan Jenkins. Came in averaging 8, so he's already doubled his output statistically in the first half. Here's Keyless with it. On the baseline, backs in against 2. Centennial stays man-to-man with a lot of help. Trying to isolate more underneath. Keyless dribble drives, kicks it out to Paoli rather. Lucas left elbow, spins in the lane, and he's tied up. Jump ball, and good hustle that time by the Jags.
Good defense by the Jags on that.
That Caden Clark, number 13.
It was.
And it'll be a jump ball, and possession arrow favors Centennial. As Jenkins, a well-deserved rest. Quincy Moore sits down. Charlie Crane back in. Charlie playing with 2 fouls. 35-11. Dowling by 24. 2.5 minutes to go here in this second quarter from the Ankeny Centennial gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Jags with it. Abbott on the baseline. Corner 3, left wing, no good. Rebound slapped around. And into the hands of Noah Martins, who returns to the Dowling lineup. Martins for 3 and missed everything. Rebound Abbott and Centennial. Evan with it in the front court. Hands it off to Tunks. Sean down the lane, and his shot blocked by Crane. The other way we go. Nice pass by Martins underneath the Capola. Reverse layup, no good. Hits the deck. Rebound Centennial and Klingner. Empty baskets, empty possessions here, Jimmy, but a lot of action.
Well, both sides is getting a little bit wild. They're not looking for that extra pass. Way too contested around the rim. I mean, somebody's open on the perimeter, and neither team is finding that person.
Now, nice move in the right block, up and good by Cat Klingner. Did a nice job with his pivot that time. Klingner with his 5th point. 35-13 Dowling. Corner 3, up and no good by Capola from the right baseline. Rebound Centennial. Here's Clark with it. Caden leaves it for Klingner. Dowling stays man-to-man. Minute 15 to go in the half. Joined us late. Dowling girls second ranked, defeated 4th ranked Centennial 52-45.
3-point shot. Klingner
again. He's got 8.
About 3 feet beyond the top of the arc, top of the key.
That's his team leading 13th 3 for the year. Final minute of the first quarter. 35-16 Dowling. Wins by 19. They've led by as many as 24. Here's Martin's double team. Tries to get it to Crane. It's out of bounds off of Centennial. You say it went off of Kasperbauer, who's in there. Keaton Kasperbauer, 6'2 freshman. There's Fontana playing some freshmen and sophomores with this group tonight. Dowling inbounds the ball. 10 on the shot clock. 35 on the game clock. Underneath Crane. Good help defense and a jump ball. Good job that time by the freshman Kasperbauer. Came over and helped and tied up Crane. All in the possession will be Dowling basketball.
Yeah. Scorer's desk didn't have the possession designation switched over from the last jump ball, so it'll stay Maroons ball.
All right, we got a timeout on the court. See what they're going to turn into a minute. So we'll take it with them with 33 seconds remaining in the first half. Dowling 35. Ankeny Centennial 16. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo back in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming funded by Blessment International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmentinternational.org.
Out of the timeout, Dowling gets the ball inside, and shooting and scoring is Charlie Crane. Tremendous inbounds pass to Charlie right down the lane, Jimmy.
Run set up an inbounds play, freed up Charlie Crane, breaking high from the top of the key to the basket, uncontested.
Crane with his 4th point. Dowling's lead is 37-16. 21 points, 10 seconds remaining. Shot clock turned off. Centennial with the ball. Klingner, corner 3 in the left wing. It's no good. Rebound Martins. 2 seconds remaining. And Noah, half-court shot. It's good if it goes. And a foul at half court. And Noah Martins will have 3 free throws to end the half, apparently.
Officials getting together. One's calling a violation, one's calling a foul, and the foul call is going to trump the violation. So,
yep, Caden Clark picks up his 2nd foul. 0.3 of a second, and they're not going to. I don't know if they're going to put time back on the clock. And Noah Martins to the free throw line, Jimmy, for 3 free throws.
And you look at Coach Fontana. That was beyond half court shot, and he's just looking over at Klingner. Why?
This goes to what you were saying. The Maroons going to the free throw line for the first 3 times tonight right here. So they do get to the line in the first half.
But incredibly so. I mean, they get to the line on a desperation 3-point shot to end the half. And so traditionally getting to the line.
Yeah.
Still struggling.
9 points for Martin. He's 1 for 2. 3rd free throw coming. And rolls through. So he has 10 points. 0.3 of a second. They'll have to tip it in. And we go to halftime with Dowling leading 39-16 over Ankeny Centennial as both teams make their way to the half. And Jimmy, it's been all Dowling in the first half. And you can count up all the 3-pointers. The Maroons tack on 3 more threes in that second quarter. Jenkins with 2 and Gio Keelis with 1. And the Maroons are shooting very well.
Well, that's what's doing it. By and large, by the Maroons. They shot 70% from 3-point, making 7 out of 10. And we look at just the stats are out when the Maroons are in the top 6 in field goal percentages in Class 4A, and the teams ahead of them are the elite teams in Class 4A: Waukee Northwest, Linn-Mar, Sioux City East, Kennedy, and Valley. So that puts Dowling up there with some of the best teams that's going to compete at the state. And so we know if the Maroons continue to shoot well, they're going to do well. And tonight it felt like they could throw it into the ocean. They hit so many threes.
They certainly did. Leading scorers for the Maroons at halftime, Nathan Jenkins with 16 points, leading all scorers. He's followed by Noah Martins with 10 points. Gio Keelis off the bench with 5 points for Dowling. Charlie Crane with 4 points. 2 points for Lucas Paoli and 2 points for Maddox Capola. Dowling 2 for 3 at the free throw line, and that came with 0.3 of a second remaining in the first half. For Ankeny Centennial at halftime, they're led by Cab Klingner's 8 points, followed by Evan Abbott with 4 points. Sean Tunks with 1 point. Rex Jensen with 1 point. And Caden Clark with 2 points for the Jaguars as Dowling outscoring Centennial 17-9 in the second quarter to lead it 39-16. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back with our halftime guests. They're both here as Macy Harnden and Katie Moeller. You said you knew both their moms. That's interesting.
I know the Moellers.
Oh, yeah.
Mother, I don't.
The Nahas.
Yeah. Yep. Very well.
Okay. I kind of figured you did. So we'll take a 1-minute break and return with our halftime guests, members of the girls basketball team. We'll return here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Encounter the Eucharist, an evening with Father Mike Schmitz, Wednesday, April 2nd at the Iowa Event Center in downtown Des Moines. This limited seating event allows for an intimate conversation about faith that will inspire a deeper relationship with Jesus.
When you see the Lord lifted up like this, you are looking at Calvary. You're participating in his restoration of the world.
Encounter the Eucharist, an evening with Father Mike Schmitz. Go to iowacatholicradio.com and reserve your seat now. Presented by BSB Design.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. We all want to live our best life. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care when and where you need it. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Centennial Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Halftime of the boys contest, Dowling leading 39-16. And we're joined by members of the Dowling girls basketball team. Ladies, congratulations on the win as the Maroons defeated Centennial 52-45 in a battle of the top four in the Class 5A. Macy Herndon, Katie Moeller. Does it worry you, Katie, that Jimmy Cataldo, my partner, said she knew your mom? Does that worry you?
No, I mean, actually maybe a little bit.
Yeah, well, we got stories on him, so don't worry about that. Your mom's an outstanding player. I even called her games back in the day. Betts Auditorium from the rafters. Yes, that was state tournament, first ever. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Macy Herndon, I remember your brother playing football.
Yep.
This guy didn't coach him, did he?
I hope not. I think he did for a year, though, maybe.
Oh, my gosh. Please tell me that didn't happen. That can't happen. All right, what a night for you guys. Big win. Centennial, a good team. It didn't get any deeper than, 6-8 points throughout the game, and you guys picked up the win. Katie, talk about that. They really tried to take players away. They were isolating a lot of stuff. Playing Coach DeYoung at his home gym. They were a very tough team tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have a really pressured defense, so that was a challenge for us. But just moving the ball in offense and cutting to get each other open was what really helped us out.
Yeah, you had 6 points and held scoreless at halftime. You hit a pair of threes in the second half. That kind of opened things up. And when you're rolling, the rest of the team's rolling.
Yep. I mean, my teammates give me great passes, and I know that when they set me up good, then the shot feels right, then it's going in. So.
Macy Herndon, the last game, you got to start, but you've been having quite a last 3 games. I'm looking back at the score sheet. 9 points Tuesday night against Valley, 6 points the game before, and off the bench. You come off the bench or start. You had, your third start on Tuesday night. Congratulations. Subbing for Riebe there.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in. Obviously, when Ava was gone against Valley, I wanted to step up and just hit shots and be a spark for my team on offense and defense.
Well, tough night, especially a game to come into. Very physical game, as you expect against Centennial. And they played some of the tougher teams just like you guys do, and they're right in the hunt. Different mindset when you play an AK Centennial team compared to maybe playing some other teams, Macy?
Yeah, for sure. We know they're a really good team defensively, coached very well, and they'll have a good game plan coming in. And especially playing them at home, they always have a lot of fans here, a lot of energy. So we know we have to be ready. And first half, we maybe weren't at our best, but we knew how to finish the game.
Well, it doesn't get any easier. You travel to Waukee on Tuesday night, and then next week, a week from tonight, number 1 Johnston. Do you remember those guys?
Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, I figured that. Just practice, Katie, kind of amp up a little bit the week, like starting Wednesday and Thursday for Johnston?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely have more focused practices and just focusing on them specifically.
What is the thing that you've improved on? Because you guys, you look and you're 12-2. You're ranked second in the state. That's great. But how do you push yourself in practice? What are some of the things that you're working on in practice against some of your teammates who are making you better?
My teammates are definitely helping make me better in practice. And one of the things I've been focusing on is just being more consistent hitting shots. So that's my main focus at practice, and my teammates are really good at helping with that.
Well, you're a sophomore. Macy, you're a senior, and you've been around the block here. You know exactly how this goes. Talk about the youngsters on the team. I think last year we had some freshmen, and she was one of them. But being a mentor, being a senior and a leader, you may not be out there all the time, but that shows a lot of leadership with what you've had the last 4 years.
Yeah, for sure. We have great. We've got Katie, Kaylee, Maddie. We have a lot of young ones who maybe don't always have a lot of game minutes, but they push us really hard in practice, which I know I appreciate because that's a role I had to take on. But Katie, when she comes in, she's always able to step up and hit her shots, and we really appreciate our bench girls who bring energy for us in games and in practice.
Well, you do the same when you come in. You're an energy girl, I'll say that. What's your brother doing, Zach? What's new with him? Because I remember calling his games in football.
Yeah, he just graduated from Simpson this December, and then he just got engaged. So we got a wedding coming up, so we're really excited for that.
Let's make sure this guy is. You're not invited.
Yeah,
Cataldo.
no Cataldo.
No Cataldo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to ask about stepping stones?
No, I'm not doing. I'll save that for the second half. All right, shout outs, ladies. We're going to get back to the second half. Katie Moeller, shout outs to you and the Nahas family. Is your grandmother Marrette listening?
Yep, she is. Shout out to her and my parents and my grandpa in Kansas City.
Yeah, grandpa in Kansas City.
Yep.
Well, I'll bet he had to dig out some snow about a week ago. That was not a good storm. All right, Macy Harnder, besides your brother who's getting engaged, is it a Dowling gal or
No, she's from Kansas, so not a Dowling gal.
Okay, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to, Macy Harnden?
Shout out to, I've got some family up in Northwest Iowa and Emmitsburg probably listening, and then my parents.
Great. Ladies, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate that. The coaches are gone. Coach, I know Myers is headed back to Olwine for a birthday celebration with their nieces, but you couldn't get Faber or Danner up here. I mean, they just took off. They don't want to be in Ankeny tonight, Macy?
I guess not. I guess they trust me and Katie up here. We'll do an okay job. So
You are. You want to stick around? Any of you want to stick around for the second half? Because he's going to cash it in.
I think Cataldo's got it. He does a pretty good job.
He's got a daughter who's getting married. Mia's getting married. Yeah, and he has nothing. He has nothing. He's not doing anything. He's trying to skate. I've given him some help with Bosens and Skeffingtons, and he has not taken it. That would not fly in the Nahas and Muller family, right, Katie? That would not fly.
Nope.
That's what I thought. Gals, thank you. Best of luck Tuesday night. We'll be there at Waukee. Great place to have a game, right? There's been some memorable ones.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
All right, have a great weekend.
Thank you.
All right, thanks to our ladies here, Katie Moeller and Macy Harnden here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Halftime guest, you can give that back to him. Yeah, I don't know why. Halftime score of the boys contest, Dowling 39, Ankeny Centennial 16. The Dowling girls are winner tonight. We had two of their players on. Dowling 52-45 over Centennial in game one. We'll be back after this 1-minute break. We'll start the second half from the Centennial Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio.
St. John Paul II would often say that the church must breathe with her two lungs, meaning that the church in the East and the West is one organic whole, and that both are necessary for the life and vitality of the one body of Christ. The Byzantine Catholic Eparchy of Parma consists of 12 Midwestern states, including Iowa. If you are a Byzantine Catholic or are interested in helping to grow Eastern Catholicism in Central Iowa, email Father Bruce Riebe, iowaaoutreach@parma.org. That's iowaaoutreach@parma.org.
At Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home, we understand the sacred traditions of the Catholic funeral rites. These traditions bring comfort, honor, and hope through faith in Jesus and the resurrection. Caldwell Parish, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home. CaldwellParish.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
To get an autograph.
Welcome back to the Centennial Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Oh, you're back. Oh, we had fun with these young ladies at halftime. We didn't throw you totally under the bus, but we got to start.
You know, it's just true. I mean, just true colors. You know, you talk, a lot of cha-cha about me, and I don't even get a chance to stick up for myself.
That's right. Hey, you got stats?
Yeah, let's do it. So, I mean, the Maroons are shooting lights out right now.
They are.
I hope to God I don't fosh them, but they're shooting 62% from the field, 15 to 24, 16 total rebounds to just 6 turnovers for Centennial, 5 of 15 from the field, 33%. 7 total rebounds and 6 turnovers. The Maroons are out rebounding Centennial 16-7, which they did in the first meeting, out rebounding Centennial 31-16 for the game. Right now, the Maroons are out rebounding Centennial 16-7.
All right, Jimmy, and now a corner 3 up and no good by Centennial on their first possession by Caden Clark. And as I understand, it's radio only tonight. The live stream went down here, so it's just you and I out to the masses. They'll figure it out after a while. It's a 3-pointer, no good by Jenkins.
I just wonder if I get the same, tickets that, Coach Pollock gets after the games. He gets these tickets that, buys him things.
He's going to get a head start on somebody at a certain establishment here in Ankeny is what I think is going to happen. I'm just calling that out now. All right, 39-16. Dowling with the lead. That was our halftime score. And we played a minute here in the third quarter. Lid on the basket thus far. Centennial left to right in their home white uniforms with maroon numbers and black trim. 1 on the shot clock, 3-pointer no good. Shot clock violation. Evan Abbott launched the shot, Jimmy, but it was too late. And good defense by the Maroons for 35 seconds.
Maroons, played defense all the way down to the last second and forced Centennial into a desperation shot and comes up hitting nothing.
Centennial was led by Cab Klingner's 8 points in the first half. And now underneath, they find Charlie Klein, and Crane slams it home. He's got 6 points. 41-16, Dowling. Evan Abbott with 4 points for the Jags. Caden Clark 2 points at halftime. Sean Tux 1, and Rex Jensen 1. The Jags went 3 of 4 at the free throw line in the first half. And now shot up and no good, but the Jags get their own rebound and reset the shot clock here. Here's Abbott with it, dribbles in, and he's forced to pass. Nice job by Jenkins closing that out for the Maroons. This is Jensen with it, and the ball out of bounds to Dowling, another turnover. Dowling was led in the first half by Nathan Jenkins, 16 points, 10 points for Noah Martins. Charlie Crane now with 6 points, 5 points for Gio Keelis off the bench for Dowling, and Lucas Paoli with 2 points. Quincy Moore did not score, and 2 points for Maddox Capola. Dowling with 2 of 3 at the free throw line. As Maroons opened up a 22-7 first quarter lead, and they outscored the Jags 17-9 in the third quarter. And you heard Jimmy's mention of hot shooting, and now Martins for 3, top of the key, it's no good. Crane with the rebound, and his putback is slapped out of bounds. It'll be Centennial basketball.
Yeah, it's an off the dribble shot by Noah Martins, really contested from on top of the key 3-point shot, and that's just not been his go-to shot. And just a little bit of a force there by Noah Martin. See if he's still warm from the first half, but continue to look for that pass and get your feet square because you've been really hot over the last week.
Oh, there's a 3-pointer. It's no good by the Jags. Dowling down court running, and Noah Martin shoots and scores his 12-point. 43-16. The Maroons just piling it on, and now Crane with the block shot is Abbott down court. Out of bounds to Centennial with 29 on the shot clock. Keelis and Quincy Moore checking in for Dowling. Maddox Capola will check out, and so will Lucas Paoli. Jimmy?
So one of the things you see out of Centennial, a little bit of their youth and inexperience is seeing one guy taking on 3 to 4 guys, and there's really not much movement, working it cohesively, moving without the ball, and that's when they're finding their troubles.
There's a 3-pointer no good by Klingner on the inbounds play by the Jags. Rebound Dowling and Crane. Maroons have both posts in there now, Quincy Moore and Charlie Crane. So here's Keelis, corner 3, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Centennial and Evan Abbott. Jags with 4 seniors on this club. Now underneath, the shot, layup good. From the right side, Cab Klingner with double figures with 10 points.
Went right around Gio Keelis and caught him a little bit off guard. Good strong move by number 20, Klingner.
Dowling in the front court. There's Keelis with it. To Crane. Charlie in the lane, lost the ball. One extra dribble and Centennial the other way. And now a pass in the corner behind the back, and it's picked up by the Jags momentarily by Jensen. He's caught in the corner and finally gets it out to Abbott. Good hustle by the Jags. They haven't quit. 43-18. In the lane, Klingner kicks it over in the corner for 3. It's no good by Caden Clark. Rebound Dowling. Keelis with it. To Martins. Underneath to Jenkins, layup good, and Nathan Jenkins with his 18th point. Martins with the assist. Beautiful play, Jimmy.
Tremendous no-look pass. He had He had, I believe it was Keyless on the corner, and no look pass hit Jenkins cutting wide open. Great look by Noel Martins.
Three-pointer up, good. Strong move that time by Sean Tunks with his first three of the night. He's got 4 points in the contest. Came in averaging 8.5. Jags have not went away. 45-21 Dowling. Runs by 24. Now corner three, good by Jenkins. Have a night, young man. Nathan Jenkins with 21 points.
I was a little concerned. I thought I jinxed the Maroons coming in. They were 0-3 from three until Jenkins hits that three-point shot.
Now reverse layup, no good by the Jags and Rex Jensen. Rebound Dowling. Maroons in transition, and Quincy Moore. The pass from Jenkins, and his layup is good. Quincy with his first 2 points of the night.
Talked so long ago with how well the Maroons play when they play unselfish. They're looking for that extra pass, and tonight you're seeing a lot of that out of the Maroons, finding that extra pass to find the open Maroon, either cut into the basket or kicked out outside. And Maroons play really, really dangerous when they're playing unselfish.
Keyless picks up the foul for Dowling. Out of bounds to Centennial. 50-21. Dowling by 29. Their largest lead of the contest. First team foul on the Maroons. And now the inbounds pass stolen away by Maddox Capola as he timed the pass by Sean Tunks. In the front court, Keyless with it for Dowling. Dribbles through a double team. Gets it out to Paoli for three. Right in front of the Dowling bench. Good. Lucas Paoli with his 5th point. Maroons are just raining threes tonight. 53-21 Dowling. A long three, top of the key, good by Sean Tunks. And he's got back-to-back threes for the Jags.
Well, Paoli got into the three-point category, and Tunks hitting his second. And we've talked in the past, Sean Tunks is the son of Lisa Moody Tunks. Lisa Moody may be familiar to some of the Maroons who listen. A very, very good girls basketball player back in the days of the late 1980s, 1990s. And
90s, early 90s.
And neat story about Lisa Moody during halftime when you were interviewing. You didn't see it, but
Charlie Crane picked up a foul offensive charge. That's his third. Go ahead, Jim.
They have these rubber ducks, and about 200 rubber ducks go to the middle to hit just a small 6-inch little hole. And there's these rubber ducks. 200 of them fly from the stands. There's two that's nearly touching the middle, and they both came from Lisa Moody Tunks.
Of course they did.
She won first and second place. It was incredible.
Basket by Hunter Runchies, who's in there, 6-foot sophomore. His dad, Dave, on the girls' staff. And for Centennial, now whistling a foul called on Hunter Runchies. So he scores a basket, and then, for good measure, really in the scorebook, picks up the foul. And that'll be the first team foul on Centennial here in the third quarter. Dowling inbounds the ball to get it into Paoli. Skip past to Keyless for three. Top of the key, good. Boy, what a smooth shot by Gio Keyless. And he's got 8 points off the bench. Another three for the Maroons. Centennial the other way, a long three. It's no good by Casper Bauer, who's in there. Rebound Dowling, and now Paoli all the way down court, and he'll lay it in. Paoli gets loose. He has 7 points. 58-26. 32-point Dowling lead. Matches their largest lead of the night, Jimmy.
Maroons getting back into a 1-3-1, and when you're up as many as the Maroons are, you want to try some things. You want to work on this zone that the Maroons have deployed a couple times in the last couple of games. Not really their staple defense. Gives them an opportunity to work on this 1-3-1 zone to get a little bit more refined.
10 on the shot clock. Jags trying to shoot over the zone. And here's Kasperbauer trying to make something happen. He forces a jump ball. They'll be Dowling possession with 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 58-26 Dowling. And it'll be Maroon basketball. And shot clock turned off. Now we'll get the offense-defense substitutions in for Centennial. They'll bring in Richard Lewis for the first time tonight. Or check that, Colby Beshin, 6-foot junior, comes in. Beshin wearing number 15. Here's Paoli in the front court.
Well, at times you may foul throughout this final 15 seconds, seeing that you have many fouls to give up. Centennial does. Centennial
has 4 fouls to give. They're not going to use any. 10 on the shot clock, or 10 on the game clock. Here's Paoli down the lane. Avoids a defender. Shot up and good. Lucas Paoli. Beautiful move. And now Half-court shot by Tunks is no good, and we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling 60, Centennial 26. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll return to the Centennial Gym for the fourth quarter here in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
And welcome back to the Centennial Gym here in Northwest Ankeny alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Going into the fourth quarter, Dowling 60, Ankeny Centennial 26 here in this boys contest. The Maroons outscored Centennial 21-10 in that third quarter. And can't wait to hear those statistics, Jimmy, here in a moment. Dowling 2 of 3 at the free throw line. They remain that from halftime. And Centennial 3 of 4 at the free throw line. As Dowling led 39-16 at halftime and outscored the Jags 21-10 in that third quarter to lead it. Substitution for the Maroons as they get in Alfred Coley from the sophomore team, number 20. And now here's a steal by the Maroons. Martin's with the steal. Outlet pass goes to Jake Peterson. He shot no good, and a whistle and a foul on Centennial. And they're going to call Coley for the foul. Let's see.
They got Coley out of bounds on the baseline, but yeah, so you got Jacob Peterson in and Alfred Coley, who haven't played yet tonight. Coming down, Jacob Peterson throws the alley-oop to Alfred Coley, and just a little bit
a little too strong.
Wasn't timed.
All right, here's a long three. It's no good by Evan Abbott, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling. So 3 free throws coming for Evan Abbott. He has 4 points tonight. Foul on Dowling will be on Jacob Peterson. Tight ends can get aggressive.
Jacob's been on the bench for, most of the game, if not the whole game, and you get in and, you have so much energy built up that you want to get in and contribute because the Maroons are playing so well tonight and just fighting through the pick. Jacob Peterson gets a little bit of the elbow on the three-point shot.
Second free throw good by
Abbott.
Evan Abbott, sophomore, 6'5" sophomore for Coach Fontana. Averaging 12.5 points. He is our leading scorer and had 4 points at halftime. That's his first points in the second half. He now has 7 points, goes 3 for 3 at the line. 60-29 Maroons. Up next for both teams, Dowling will travel to 7th-ranked Waukee against 9th-ranked Dowling. Tuesday night, we'll have it on Iowa Catholic Radio. Here's Noah Martins down the lane. Layup good. He went through traffic and scored. Noah with 14 points to lead for the Maroons.
Cut right through the Centennial defense, found an opening, went hard with his left hand. Noah Martins.
For Centennial, well, they get a host 2nd-ranked Valley here on Tuesday night. That'll be the Jaguars' next game, a girl-boy doubleheader. There's Keyless in the front court after a miss by Centennial. 62-29 Dowling, 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Keyless in the lane, spins, his shot up, no good. Rebound cleared out of there, and a reach-in foul on Dowling. Nice rebound that time by Luke Mitchell. And they'll get a backcourt foul on the Dowling tight end, Jacob Peterson.
Couple new Maroons coming in. Number 1, Tommy Hurley. And number 4, Christian Basili in for the Maroons.
Who I may say, you didn't throw enough to Mr. Peterson. I remember I went nuts when he caught that one pass. It was kind of a slant pattern out of bounds. I remember it vividly. And it's about time. Just one really... Guy did a lot. Did a lot for your offense, Mr. Peterson did. I'm going to promote him right here and tell folks that. That's my job. Here's Clark with it for Centennial. 10 on the shot clock. Jags in a hurry, and Hunter Runchie with the basketball and draws a foul to be out of bounds. Non-shooting foul. The foul will go on Tommy Hurley, who you just introduced being in the ball game earlier. A 6'1" senior for the Maroons. One of 6 on the team, seniors.
One of those nights where the Maroons have now gone completely to their bench, and all 5 Maroons are deeper on their bench. And
I got something away from the ball and an offensive foul on Centennial. Colby Beshin with the foul, number 15. It'll be Dowling basketball as Tommy Hurley will inbound the ball. It's in the backcourt to Christian Basili. So there's 2 of the 6 seniors. Now with it is Leo Pagano. Gets to Basili. A little dribble weave. Peterson with it. Jake goes around the corner. Layup good. Jake Peterson, just like I called it when he caught the pass. You got to get excited for kids like that.
Jacob Peterson has given so much energy and so much time to the athletic programs for Dowling, and he's a 3-sport athlete, I believe. And
what's his other sport?
I believe he does a little bit of track.
Okay, good for him. On the lane, Centennial with the basketball. Luke Mitchell shot no good. Dowling the other way, and a layup with the left hand good. Jacob Peterson again. He's got 4 here in the fourth quarter.
First one back down on defense is Jacob Peterson. Going to give a ton of energy, not knowing how much more time he's going to get on the court. The 3 other guys up to come in.
You go hard, young man. Now Evan Abbott gets loose on the left side. Layup good. Abbott with 9 points. 66-31 our score. Under 5 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. One-sided game tonight for the Dowling boys. Now, shot off the glass, up and good. Jake Peterson have a fourth quarter, my friend.
What's so nice about the shot, that he threw it so high off the backboard that it came down soft, using all parts of his shot.
All right, Coach Fontana will take a 1-minute break, so will we. 4.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. It's Dowling 68 and Ankeny Centennial 31 here in the fourth quarter from the school in the northwest part of Ankeny, Centennial. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back here at the Centennial Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo out of the timeout. Centennial with the basketball. Caden Clark shoots and scores. He has 4 points for the Jaguars. 68-33 Dowling. There's a blown this open. They led at halftime 39-16. And reserves in the contest for both teams. Christian Basili with it. Leaves it for Gavin Jones is in there. Now the ball loose on the floor. Jones battling. It's on the baseline. They say went out of bounds off of Centennial. And that being Devin Vesley, number 1, who checked in for Coach Fontana, 5'10" senior. The Maroons with 32 in the shot clock will inbound the ball. They get it to Coley. Alfred, dribble handoff to Gavin Jones, and he loses it. Turnover by Dowling. Here is Centennial. Caden Clark for 3, good. Nice transition basket for Clark. It's his first 3 of the night. He has 7 points, 68-36 Dowling.
Nice smooth stroke by Clark. Getting the feed from number 4, Prill.
Now they lob it in, and shooting and scoring, Jake Peterson for the Maroons. 8 points, all in the fourth quarter. Nice lob pass that time. You think the receivers coach would notice that from the Dowling football team.
Well, you heard it time and time again from Jacob during practice. Like, how come I'm always sent down with the offensive line to block? I can catch the ball.
Yes.
And I said, Jake, I know you can catch the ball. He says, sometimes, I'm not the guy, calling the play to get you the ball, but called a few plays for him later in the season and took advantage of those opportunities, and as he is tonight. And it's great seeing Jacob Peterson.
Absolutely.
8 points in the fourth. It's interesting during that last timeout, Jacob was one of the last one coming to the bench, and the first one to get excited for him coming off the bench was Lucas Paoli, captain.
They're all high-fiving him as Peterson goes to the bench. 8 points for Jake, as you may have heard. Jake is our Dowling tight end and underused as far as catching abilities, but he did a lot of things behind the scenes. His offensive line blocking and blocking downfield was instrumental. But getting back to what we were discussing, all you got to do, you have two quarterbacks. He could have had a little visit with both of them. So, you know what, I can do this. Speaking of that, Jimmy Baumhover gets in. 6'4" junior, shoots and scores. Took it right down the right side of the lane.
Being 6'4" and just a junior, Jimmy Baumhover put a little bit of weight and strength on him, and just his size alone can contribute.
Now here's a steal by the Maroons. This is Tommy Hurley with the steal, feeds it in the lane as they get it to Sam Ralston, who shoots and scores. Ralston, the sophomore, up on the team. That's his first two. 74-38 Dowling. 2:20 to go, and now in the lane. A shot no good by Centennial. Foul on Dowling.
Sam Ralston was a gentleman that was spotlighted by Coach Heinrichsen during the girls' halftime, just talking about how he's going to get more basketball experience on the AAU circuit as that time comes on. And he's somebody that they're identifying, at least in the lower levels, that somebody that they need to improve and contribute as his time continues on here at Dowling over the next 2 years.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals. As the second free throw is no good. Bozen the Florist, Blessman International, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. So Colby Beschen at the line goes 1 for 2. That's his first point of the night for Centennial. 74-39 Dowling. 2 minutes to play. Corner three by Hurley is no good. Offensive rebound, weak side, Ralston. Maroons retain possession, brand new shot clock. Here's Baumhover with it. In the lane, shot off the glass, good. Jimmy Baumhover, a 6'4" junior. Did you play a little football?
No, but he looks really athletic in his transitions into the paint. Reverse dribble and second layup for Jimmy Baumhover.
Kind of has the body style of Jake Peterson, so I just wanted you to know that as a scout up here.
Well, anytime you want to recruit bigger guys to come out for football,
I do.
You're welcome to do so.
I may have a visit with his parents, Neil and Lisa. I may do that.
Update from Valley Northwest game tonight. Game tied at last 3 minutes in the game. Valley pulls away, wins by 10. Over Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, that was a great game. Waukee at Southeast Polk and Ankeny at Johnson, some of the other games in the CIML. Dowling in transition, moves in the front court. And a long three right in front of us. Good! Tommy Hurley with his first three of the year.
Yeah, Tommy must be hitting threes in practice because you can see the Dowling bench getting excited when he gets the ball outside the three-point arc. And real high arcing, pure shot, hitting nothing but the bottom of the net.
Now the running clock's been into effect, but it'll stop now with free throws coming. Foul on Dowling. Gavin Jones with his second foul. And free throws coming for Devin Vesley, a 5'10" senior for Coach Fontana and Centennial. It's the first free throw. It's his first free throw attempt of the year for the one of 4 seniors on this Centennial squad. Second one up and good. So Vesley with 2 points tonight. 79-41 Dowling. Maroons in the front court. There's Basilica with it. Guarded by Vesley. Down the lane. Shot up and no good. Vesley will pick up the foul. That'll be his first. And Hurley to the free throw line. Tommy Hurley, a 6'1" senior.
Maroons got every single person on their roster and on their bench into this game with some meaningful minutes.
And the free throw good by Tommy Hurley. He has 4 points tonight. Nice game on Iowa Catholic Radio. Have you called him yet? Skeffington's formal wear. You're still shaking your head. Mercy won. Fast Signs and Clive and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Second free throw no good by Hurley, but rebounded by Dowling and Sam Ralston. Now down the lane, Gavin Jones loses the ball as he attempted to shoot. And the rebound, Centennial. 30 seconds remaining. Jags with it. Brody Prill in the lineup. He loses the ball into the hands of Tommy Hurley and bodies all over the court. Centennial comes away with it. Prill now gets in the corner for three. It's no good by Devin Vesley. Rebound Dowling. 15 seconds remaining. I think they're going to call the dogs off. Yes, they will. But Sinerson says, hey, let's dribble this out. Hurley will do it right in front of the Dowling bench. And Dowling Catholic, a 39-point win over Centennial. The final score, Dowling 80 and Centennial 41. Congratulations to head coach Justin Einerson and Centennial as Dowling Catholic, defeats Centennial, and they improve their record to 9-3. Centennial falls to 1-10. Up next for Ankeny Centennial, they host Valley on Tuesday night, and in a girl-boy doubleheader where Dowling will be on the road Tuesday night at Waukee. Again, the final, Dowling Catholic 80, Ankeny Centennial 41. The girls' game won by the Maroons by the score of 52-45. As the Dowling girls have now won 7 in a row, their record now 12-2, and the Centennial gals fall to 8-5. We're going to take a 2-minute break. Jimmy Cataldo and I will total things up here from the Centennial gym. We'll go to our post-game show. Coach Anderson giving him the high signs, like, yeah, you bring a player up, and we'll return to the Centennial gym. Final score: Dowling 80, Ankeny Centennial 41. Here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Our Lord warns us repeatedly about the dangers of riches. Scripture tells the story of the rich young man that was unable to respond to Jesus' invitation to follow him due to his many possessions. And then there's Jesus' statement that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. To which his disciples reply, who then can be saved? As people living amid great material prosperity, we must be especially vigilant not to be subtly seduced by greed or materialism with their false promises of contentment with each shiny new purchase. To combat these temptations, we are called to strive for gospel poverty and simplicity, not fill our lives with clutter and excess possessions. Malachi 3 reminds us not to skimp when it comes to our tithing, but to offer God our first fruits, not our leftovers. Tova shows us that almsgiving, properly done, is not merely a good deed, but a sacrificial offering to the Lord. And St. Paul instructs us that when we give, it must be done with a generous and cheerful heart, not grudgingly. Let us aim to acquire true riches, where moth and rust cannot consume, thieves cannot steal, and the latest upgrade is never needed. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by construction professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
KWKY Des Moines, KIHS Adel, KCSL Spencer.
All right, we're back here at the the Centennial Gym. Dowling Catholic with the doubleheader sweep on the road. Rare occasion in the CIML to do that. The Maroons winning the girls' game 52-45. The boys' game won by Dowling 80-41. Dowling boys improved their record to 9-3. They're ranked number 9 in Class 4A. As Centennial's record falls to 1-10, and the Jags now with a 6-game losing streak. And we got the numbers totaled up. And Jimmy, you want to go ahead? I think Coach Einerson's going to come up before they take the bus. Yes, he told me he'd be up, so I'll let you get this in.
I'm sure they want to get on that bus pretty quick. But Maroons just had a lights-out shooting night, as we've talked throughout the night. Maroons shot 33 of 48 from the field for 68%. That includes 11 of 18 from three-point range, 61%. I have the Maroons having 5 different players hitting three-point shots tonight. So incredible shooting, one of those rarities that just everything you put up went in for the Maroons tonight. They had 30 total rebounds and 11 turnovers for Ankeny Centennial. Ankeny Centennial, 12 of 38 shooting, 31%, 12 rebounds and 12 turnovers. So Maroons out rebounding Centennial 30-12. outshot them throughout the night, and just everything. It just felt like the Maroons put up there went in. And it goes back to free throw shooting. The Maroons shot 5 free throws tonight, and we talked about that. And tonight's not a game where you really harp on something like that, but it's something that put on your radar about free throw shooting. When out of those 5 free throws, 3 of them came from a desperation 3-point shot they got fouled on at the end of the first half. So really shot 2 free throws on the night compared to 10 free throws shot by Centennial. They shot 12 free throws. So for instance, something that be interesting to talk to Coach Einertson about is their free throw shooting throughout the year, and but it's not something that you look at and lull at, but it's certainly something you can pick out of this.
Again, the final tonight in our second game, the Dowling boys an 80-41 winner over Centennial, and that match goes back to last month, 69-54. The Maroons defeated Centennial at the Dowling gym, and we're joined now by the Dowling head boys basketball coach Justin Einertson. And Coach, congratulations on the win. Never easy to win here, although you made it look like that tonight with those kids. A lot of players got in the scoring column. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 kids.
Oh, we're almost there.
You're almost there.
Yeah, no, we needed that. I thought both ends of the floor rebounding, we were really locked in tonight. And it's really a testament to these guys, because I think human nature makes this really tough. And, you look at records and you start thinking, oh, this will be easy. But these guys understand that no matter what, you got to bring it. And, we're starting to mature a little bit, and that's pretty obvious. But the defensive focus early on was awesome. And you get us going in transition, and we're pretty good. So
yeah,
that's
we saw
really
that.
It came down to.
You got out to a 39-16 halftime lead. What'd you tell them at halftime? You got a great start in the first half. Jimmy had outstanding shooting in that first half.
Yeah, you want to say it's 0-0 and keep focused, but I had a hard time not smiling just because of that defensive effort. We had I think 10 points were our mistakes, and I think that's fixable. And a lot of them were just based on maybe miscommunication or hand down in the wrong spot. So I thought it was really sharp. We were really happy about it. And one thing that makes it easy is we got a lot of guys competing for every minute out there. So everyone wants to keep and grow their spot, and that makes those situations kind of nice for coaches, because you go in there and you challenge them and they respond. But we did go in there and challenge them to grow the lead, and they did a nice job of that.
They certainly did. We visited with Justin Einertson, Dowling boys basketball coach, found the Maroons win 80-41 here at the Centennial gym. And, off to a great start. Second half, he kept it up, outscored him 41-25 in the second half. But young man, Nathan Jenkins, that was the guy they must have decided not to guard, because Nathan, whatever they gave you, he took advantage of. And Nathan finished with 21 points. I don't think that's a career high for him, but what a night, because he was the open guy and he took advantage of it. And he wants those minutes, Coach.
I'm not sure he missed one. That's pretty awesome. He had a game in Wisconsin this summer where he hit 9 threes, I believe. It's either 7 or 9. So we knew he could do it. Obviously, he was shooting about 22% coming in. So we figured he had one of these coming, and he hopefully didn't use them all up in one set, because that was impressive. And if he can shoot it, Maddox can shoot it, and they're both shooting it better right now, that is a really tough group to guard.
This is a game that you look at and say, okay, what can I piece away from this to really challenge my guys? And it's hard to find something. I think your guys came out and shot lights out, as we've talked, and I had you guys 11 of 18 from 3-point, or 61%, which is incredible shooting. And they, some of them weren't just pure shots. Some of them hit the rim 3 or 4 times and went in. And so your kids are finding confidence. They're finding confidence to take that shot. And you got an inside presence with your dribble penetration to the basket that we've shown that's been so dangerous. But the fact that if you can kick it out when you get contested and guys knock down shots, how dangerous can you guys be?
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like if we can defend at a high level, we can play with anyone offensively. You look at the second half of that Valley game, as poor of an effort as that was overall, I thought our second half was extremely sharp. We had 2 turnovers in the last 17 minutes or 15 minutes. So, this is how good they can be, and we just keep moving the bar. So it's a good situation to be in, where we sit in rankings and conference, and only be getting better. It's nice. So
I don't know, as a basketball head coach, how much you look at your statistics as a team. You probably don't look at statistics so much as a player, but it at least gauges your team. The most important statistic is a win or a loss. But, as you dig into your team, You guys are shooting 46% field goal percentage on the year, which ranks 6th in Class 4A out of 48 teams. The teams in front of you, Waukee Northwest, Linn-Mar, Sioux City East, Kennedy, and Valley. The common denominator with those 5 teams are they're probably the best in the state.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about your team that's sitting at number 6 in shooting percentage?
Well, I'd say we're there. If the 3-point numbers go up and we can get to the free throw line a little more, we'll be right there with them at the end of the year. So, yeah, I mean, really it's defense and how sharp can we be. I don't know what our assist to turnover ratio was tonight, but.
Well, you have that, don't you, Jimmy?
Yeah.
It was.
As much as you
it felt good, right? It felt good. So if we can just keep growing. I mean, the Valley game, it was 19-15, and that felt awful. So this group is special, and it's fun. This is an extremely fun group to coach, and I could probably whip out the hyperbole and say I'm having more fun now than I've ever had. It's a great group. So
I'm going to throw one at you because as much as I'm going to pat you on the back, I'm going to give you something to eye open, right?
Always.
So free throw shooting.
Yeah.
You look at the statistics, and your team ranks 42nd out of 48 in free throw shooting.
That's why we don't shoot them.
That's right.
Yeah, we try to avoid those shots. We take good shots.
So it's a lot of points that you're missing. And you look at tonight, you guys shot 5 free throws. 3 of those free throws came.
We shot 5 free throws
from a desperation
it's
three.
Such an interesting thing. So first possession of the game, they call an offensive foul on the perimeter on Nate, just because he's stronger, and like that's the problem that we run into is we can bully our way into the paint, but we do not get rewarded for that. And for some reason, because of how strong we are, I don't know what it is. I keep having the same conversations with officials, but we do not get any calls down there.
I can imagine.
So, I mean, again, we could grift and try to draw fouls like they do in the NBA, and that's the only thing I don't like about the NBA. Or we can just take open shots. So I think our guys are doing a nice job of finding the open guy. But yeah, I would love to get more free throws.
Okay,
we just got to get the right ref crew in here.
We're done with his question, Coach. Now mine. I'm counteracting that. You lead the state in block shots. That offsets.
Nice.
That offsets things. That'll counteract his little argument, right?
Charlie's
led by Charlie with 40.
Charlie's getting good at pushing it down the floor off those blocks. Like he blocks it off the backboard a lot. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I love this style of play, and these guys are good at it.
They're a lot of fun. The kids are having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about one kid because the guy next to me, he's supposed to be the receivers coach for the Dowling football team, and you've modeled a lot of your basketball program from that model. Good model, a great model to follow. Yep. But there's a certain person named Jake Peterson who's on your basketball team. How about that? They only threw to him maybe 2 or 3 times
this year. Yeah, I think you should have thrown to him more.
Do you see what he did in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, how many
8 points, and then you benched him in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, we had to take him out. He was too hot.
He needed ice.
You know, I told the guys this is one of my favorite things about this team is we bring guys in off the bench and they play awesome in these situations, and they're just trying to showcase what they work on and what they do. And you know, these guys are spending most of their time during games cheering, and they're good players. So we're lucky to have them, and that's why our starters are so good. Is they got to go against Jacob Peterson every night. He's a pretty good player.
Yeah, so we found that out.
Pagano, I mean, he's a junior and probably going to play a little bit next year, but he's so tough. So I love our battles in practice. They're fantastic.
Well, you mentioned 2. I'm going to go one more. Jimmy Baumhofer.
How good was that?
Is he going to go off for football? Because this guy, he won't.
I don't think he ever has.
I think he needs to.
I think he told me last year he's never played football, which blew my mind. But he's tough too. He played on our varsity team this summer, and you know, he's killing it with JV, and I think he's got a chance.
That's awesome.
Reese, want to say hi, Grandma?
No.
Okay. Well,
she's 4 for 4 this year on the post-game show saying no. Somebody will. There you go.
Yep, that was a mistake.
I think we're okay now. We're back on the air. Go ahead. Visiting with Justin Anderson, Dowling boys basketball coach. Coach, I know the bus is about ready to leave. Anything you want to take into? You got Waukee on the horizon, and of course, they bring what it is, and that's going to be a great battle. You got to neutralize Jacobson. He's something else.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable how good he got because he was good last year, and he's great now. So, yeah, it'll be tough. We'll get back to work in the morning. We have the Niederts coming in to talk about the award. So we're pretty excited about that in the morning, and then that's always a great thing. It's very, very cool as a new head coach at a place to walk in and have that stuff established is awesome. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll lift, and we'll get working on our offensive stuff for next week, and then defensive on Monday.
All right. Well, we'll see you Tuesday night at Waukee for the second time.
Yes, sir.
Sure. All right, Justin. Thank you. Coach Justin Anderson, the Dowling boys basketball coach, joining us here on the post-game show following tonight's game. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll return. We'll recap tonight's statistics, and then we will say so long and join some friends up here in Northwest Ankeny, alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadale. Final in the boys' game, Dowling 80. Ankeny Centennial 41, and the girls' contest, Dowling Catholic 52-45, a winner over Ankeny Centennial. And we'll return in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
2025 means big changes at Divine Treasures, and you're invited. After more than 3 decades, new ownership will continue the ministry as your Catholic book and gift source in the Des Moines area. Join them on Saturday, January 25th from noon to 4 p.m. for an open house to celebrate your loyalty to the store over the years, to give Lois, Sue, and Cindy a heartfelt send-off, and welcome the new owners and management team for our sponsor, Divine Treasures, 5701 Hickman Road, Des Moines, 515-255-5230.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One has convenient locations right in your neighborhood. From unexpected illnesses to regular checkups, Mercy One is here for you. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Welcome back to the post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio as we recap tonight's game from the Ankeny Centennial Gym. Our thanks and shout out to all the folks behind the scenes. Nate Lindgren, Blake Cruikshank, and all the folks here at Ankeny. I appreciate them. Scott DeYoung, Bob Fontana, the coaches here at Ankeny. Great job out of them. You know, they don't talk to you, but they will talk to me, Mr. Cataldo, just so you know that.
Well, it's funny coming in. You cha-cha'd me about how, do I get into these places by just saying?
Yeah, I wonder how. Did they let you in?
Well, it's funny. I walk in, I say, "Hey, I'm with Dowling Radio." They say, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" I'm thinking, Mike Burkert. I'm thinking, okay.
I thought you were Mike Burkert. Yeah, the game started 2 hours ago. Because you only get here for the boys' game. You don't watch the girls.
I listen.
That's why we didn't let you interview Katie Moeller and Macy Harnden.
In my heart, I'm a huge girls fan. I mean, with my daughter playing.
Oh yeah.
With Coach Myers and being, God, how can you not gravitate and be galvanized by Caitlin Clark? I mean, and she started, just to think she started in this area.
That's right.
And what she's doing now. And so, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the girls basketball. It's just, I had a chance to go to dinner. My old man bought tonight. I mean, how do you pass that up?
You can't pass that off. A great restaurant.
As much as I love to hang out with you, I'm gonna go to dinner.
I know you will. And I got to ask Macy Harnden about her brother Zach, who's getting marrying a gal from Kansas City. And I said, he wasn't coached by Coach Cataldo, was he? And she kind of looked at me and I said, I don't remember.
Oh, absolutely. I coached Zach. Zach was.
You were the JV coach
Zach
then.
Was
That's right. You were JV coach then. Okay.
And it's just like a Jacob Peterson that we saw tonight.
That's awesome.
Somebody who understands his role in any sport he plays, in anything that he does, and plays it as hard as he can. And that's a testament to Jacob Peterson. But there's so many Jacob Petersons in the Dowling athletic program, and one of them was Zach Harnden.
All right, let's go run down the scoring. You already did your stats, so I'll run down the scoring. First of all, for the visitors from Dowling, 11 players scored, so I better get a deep breath here. The Maroons were led by Nathan Jenkins, 21 points. He knocked down 5 threes of those points. 21 points for Nathan Jenkins, leading the way, the 6'1 junior for the Maroons. Noah Martins, 14 points. 9 points for Lucas Paoli. 8 points each for Jacob Peterson off the bench in the fourth quarter, and Gio Keelis with 8 points. 6 points for Charlie Crane, and 4 points for Tommy Hurley off the bench. Quincy Moore with 2 points. 2 points for Maddox Capola, and 2 points for Sam Ralston. And we got one more in here. Jimmy Baumhover with 4 points tonight, all in the fourth quarter. Dowling 3 of 5 at the free throw line in the contest. For Ankeny Centennial, as their record drops to 1-10 on the season, they were led in scoring by Cab Kligner, the 6'2 senior, with 10 points. Evan Abbott, the 6'5 sophomore for Coach Bob Fontana's Jaguars, 9 points. 9 points for Caden Clark, the 5'11 junior. 7 points for Sean Tunks, and 2 points for Devin Vesley, 2 points for Hunter Runchie, and 1 point each for Colby Beshen and for Rex Jensen, as the Jags went 11 of 13 at the free throw line. Again, Dowling jumped out to a 39-16 halftime lead, and the Maroons outscored the Jaguars 41-25 in the second half, and the Dowling boys win it 80-41 and prove their record to 9-3 on the year, with number 7 Waukee up next for the Dowling boys. We'll have the girl-boy doubleheader Tuesday night at the Waukee gym. So, Jimmy Cataldo, any final comments?
You mentioned that the Maroons, after tonight, you feel good. Take a couple days to really absorb the success you had tonight, but next week becomes a very, very tough week for them with Waukee on Tuesday and then Johnston on Friday. Two teams that are right there. Waukee is one of the best teams in the state, and Johnston plays the Maroons so incredibly tough, and they're ahead of the Maroons in the standings. So some big games coming up for the Maroons, and it's going to be exciting if they can continue the hot shooting that they showed tonight.
Absolutely, and that was what next week is. It mirrors the week right before Christmas when they had Waukee and Johnston before the Christmas break. I think it was in reverse order, but it's the same week. That's a tough week to get through, girls and boys. Two
incredibly different types of games that the Maroons are going to play next week, with Waukee being a very up and down and a pretty a good tempo game, where Johnston is going to slow it down and body you from the time you get across the half court and frustrate the heck out of you, as they did in Johnston just a little less than a month ago.
All right, Jimmy, we'll have both games on Tuesday night. Hope you can join us. Thank you for being up here in northern part of Ankeny. And that'll wrap up our broadcast. We mentioned the Dowling girls are winner tonight. Dowling girls led by Ellie Muller, 15 points. Layla Tritton, 13, and Ava Zedeker, 12 points, as the Dowling girls now 12-2 on the year, and they've won 7 in a row, ranked second in Class 5A. Centennial's girls, they fall to 8-5 with the loss. They were led by Maya Crawford, the Drake recruit, had 17 points tonight. She was followed by Jaden Pratt, the Illinois State recruit, with 10 points in double figures, 2 players in double figures for Scott DeYoung and the Ankeny Jaguars. So again, that'll wrap up our broadcast. So thanks to Mary Stastny, our studio producer, Andy Pollock from Ankeny Digital, and appreciate him, and his man Cash, who calls the game on Centennial Digital. Well, they did until the second half of the boys' game, and it was just us on the radio up here. So we provided all that. Appreciate that. Our next broadcast will be this Tuesday night, Dowling at Waukee. And our pregame will begin at 6 o'clock from the Waukee Gym. Join Jimmy Cataldo and Mike Burkert and I for the contest this Tuesday, January 21st. From everybody here at the Ankeny Centennial Gym, this is Mark Amadale reminding you the final scores for the final time. The girls' contest, Dowling 52, Ankeny Centennial 45, and in the boys' contest, Dowling 80, Ankeny Centennial 41. For Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. Mike Burkert was my partner in Game 1, and for our studio producer, Mary Stastny, from all of us here with the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, have a safe and blessed Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Mercy One, Blessman International, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.